I can hear your kids.
Have mercy on me, oh Lord. Have mercy on my soul as I learn to let it go. As I learn to let it go. Have mercy on me. Good God Almighty, have mercy on my soul, 'cause there's a lot of things I need to learn to let go. To you, Yahweh, I give complete control. But I gotta be honest, there's a struggle in my soul. So many times I try to take my life. Coming into this world, it's been nothing but strife. And so I carried a knife, always ready to fight. Fornication, prostitution, I was never a wife. But deep down inside, I desire to make things right. Forgive me for my sins, Lord. It seems that I would never win, Lord. All I'm saying is, been this way since I was your kid. Innocence ripped away at the age of 4. Foster parents yelling at me, calling me a whore, saying you're nothing, you'll never amount to anything. See, the devil came to steal, kill all my dreams. Have mercy on me, Lord. Have mercy on me, oh Lord. Have mercy on my soul. Have mercy on me. Go. Self-medicated all the sorrow and pain. Alcoholism, see, I was bound in chains. The reflection in the mirror doesn't even look the same. Let it rain, let it wash away all the blood-stained pillowcases. 'Cause I was looking for love in all the wrong places. Blackouts, drunken nights, family fights, in and out of trap houses, chasing out the paper, hotel to hotel, running from life, stressing so hard, non-stop pacing, smoking on green, I didn't know that he was lacing. Lost my kids and my family because of my addiction, in the belly of the beast when no one ever listens, and you barely get sleep 'cause the devil's steady hissing. All the real opportunities I was steady missing. My kids crying as they watch me slowly dying. Mama, frustrated with grief, telling me to get myself right. She was praying through the night, hoping one day her baby girl would walk in the light. All right. As that man choked me that night. Death came, but God's grace shine so bright. Have mercy on me, oh Lord. Have mercy on my soul. Have mercy on me, oh Lord, as I learn to let it go. Toxic, abusive relationships, I didn't understand. So mad at you, God, was this a part of your plan? For a man to put his hands on another woman? It ain't what it is, but that's what it was. And I swear to you, Lord, all I needed was a hug and just a little bit of love from my family. But they pushed me away sadly, and I gladly put that bottle to my lips. I let the tears fall as I took every sip. I burned every bridge possible. My heart and mind was not logical. Real love for me, I believe, was not possible. Because I did not love myself. How could I? When I was broken and in despair, I was lost and unaware of the beauty still there. Have mercy on me, oh Lord. Have mercy on my soul. Have mercy on me, oh Lord, as I learn to let it go.
Oh, my. Everyone, this is just going to be another amazing episode of Let's Get Activated podcast. We have the powerful Sparrow on. Woo!
Samantha, don't cry.
Got a little emotional.
Come on.
Woo! It's very, very powerful. It gets to me. Excuse me, everyone, but yes, just want to announce Sparrow. Let's Get Activated. It's an honor to have you, Queen. You know, you're just a wonderful, beautiful soul inside and out. You know, your journey is amazing. That, you know, we just want to share with everybody. You can share however much of it that you want to. We are just so happy to have you. You know, you're just amazing. You know, a songwriter, a poet, a singer, you know, an artist. You just do it all, Queen. So my hat's off to you, everybody. Here's Miss Sparrow in the building. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. It's an honor, Samantha. I really love you and I appreciate you so much. You're a strong woman, a leader. You know, I'm so grateful for your platform and I thank you for having me on your show and thank you for being a sister, you know, because we've been having conversations and sharing, you know, so we family now forever.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
But I'm doing well.
Right.
Got a couple broken ribs, but I'm good. I'm moving. I'm moving forward.
Yes, you were here. You know, you're definitely serving as a vessel. This amazing, you know, song. I mean, I got the honor of hearing it a couple of months ago in Clubhouse before there was actually even a visual for it. And there was not a noise in the room. You could not even hear a pin drop. So I already knew the power of it. But for you to, you know, come out with this visual for everyone to see, it just, you know, elevates it even further. I mean, you had, you know, not everybody knows you had your daughters, you know, playing the younger versions of you.
Yes.
In this. How was that?
It so the whole video, I had the vision for the video. I want to say like a good 8 months ago, I started coming up with how I could demonstrate what I was writing, how to manifest that. And, you know, God put it in my heart just to have pieces of my experience in this video. I was trying to do it like in a documentary format. So since my youngest daughter, Samantha, she's 11, and then my oldest daughter, Kayla, she's 19. They both look like me. I knew I wanted to play the role of my younger son. And so everyone that participated in this video had so many triggers, and it was such an emotional experience putting this video together from, you know, Poetic Lace, who was the one who actually shot the video. He shot the video by himself, and he's so professional. He's my brother in Christ. I've been knowing him for, I want to say like about 9 or 10 years now. And it was an honor to have him shoot the video. You know, he was impacted because he was exposed to so many things and so many levels. As we recorded the video at the hotel, there was actually a domestic situation between a pimp and his girl. During our shoot, the guy started beating up on his girl that he was trafficking. And so we had to stop shooting the video and go back in the room that we had rented for safety reasons. We had security. I had security there. I want to give a shout out to Flawless Car Club. With security, and it was legit. I had told everyone ahead of time. Are we still on? It looked like it was lagging.
Yeah, we're lagging a little bit, but it's okay.
I
Keep
gave
going.
you
You know, the internet's.
All right.
Yep.
Yes. I had everyone heads up. I was to go back to the hotel that I was being trafficked at. And I knew the environment that we were going to enter was going to be dangerous. And sure enough, you know, something unfolded, and our kids were there, and you know, everybody else's kids were there too. So it was pretty scary, and they seen the depths of it. So it like really impacted them. Like I told them, this was a hour to hour, minute to minute, day by day trauma that I had to deal with. And not only me, the women that are going through this, and men and children, you know, and you know, and if you want to go deeper, pimps too, like, you know,
Yeah.
aside from the titles, these are people who have gone through things. They went through something that put them in the position that they're in right now, why they're doing what they're doing, whether they were molested, whether they were trained to, you know, by their uncles or, you know, whoever raised them. They learned this. We learned these things from something happened, you know. And that's my main vision, is to bring awareness on the things that we go through in life. They affect us. They have long-term effects. Everything that happens to you as a child, 90% of it is going to affect you when you're an adult. And so we have to start looking at people's heart and stop judging, and try to listen and figure out their perspective, because everyone's perspective is different. Everybody's experience is different. And we have to give each other the opportunity, even if it's your enemy, to have an understanding where they're coming from. And then maybe we could come to a solution because we gave them the opportunity to speak their part. You know, forgiveness that's an area that God is working on me right now with so heavily, because I had so much like resentment for a lot of things that I've gone through. But it's impossible to move forward if I have this resentment in my heart. And so making this music and making that video like triggered so many scars in my heart that I thought I got over. But God is starting to heal other areas of the pain of what I went through. It's so deep, you know, but I will say this: recovering from your past, healing from your past is a life journey. It doesn't just stop and go away. You know, like just because you're moving forward doesn't mean that everything you've gone through, it disappears. All those feelings disappear. That it's okay, that you can't talk about it no more because that's what people think, but you're so wrong. That's not true. You do, it pops up. Anything will make these feelings pop up, triggers. You know, I have PTSD, so I'm trying not to medicate myself with alcohol like I used to, because alcohol is not healthy for me. It's a battle for me. You know, it takes me to a bad place, me personally. You know, so, you know, just trying to find healthy ways to deal and cope with the trauma that I've been through. It's a journey every day, it's one day at a time. And I'm trying to share it with everybody else. I wear my heart on my sleeves. I don't hide who I am. I love every part of me today. And I'm learning to love myself each day more and more, not be so hard on myself, because that was another issue that I had, you know. So I thank God for music. I thank God for art. That is my true therapy. I'm able to express myself and those talents that God gave me and share it with the world, you know, and share with whoever I come across, and hope to inspire and bring healing in other people's lives as well, you know.
Right. We need that. You're definitely inspiring, you know, so many people, you know, from us just being in a room, just talking and hearing your music, to now, you know, you're coming out with that, us watching it. Doesn't matter whether you're a woman, a child, a man, this is going to touch so many people, you know. This, it's going to resonate with so many people. You know, we were saying earlier, we grew up in a generation where you kept everything quiet. You know, you don't say what's going on in the household, but we just have a responsibility to really speak on these things to maybe help prevent, these things from going on, help stop, maybe inspire others to be able to speak out and get out of these situations?
Change. I would say change is the word for the better. We've had traditions in our community. We have traditions in our culture. Everything is, just because you were taught this doesn't mean it has to stay that way. If it's not healthy, if it's not going to benefit us, and if it's not going to help us evolve and come together, then it doesn't work. Anything that keeps us separate and that keeps us from like just loving each other and growing and learning from each other without having our walls up, whether it's religion, our color, our language, like God, we were created in the image of God. So that means that all of us are God. We were created in his image. So every nationality, every person is God. We were created in his image. We should be able to come together. There we'll find true power, but we have to sit at the table first and eat together and have conversations. That's the starting point, So my music, I hope and pray that it brings that opportunity,
Mm-hmm. It does. It does. It touches people. You had me crying on the show. I told you. I warned you.
You almost made me cry. I had to don't do it.
I warned you. It tapped in, but that's what it's supposed to do. Like if you don't feel any emotion, hey, what's up, Nazim? If you don't feel any emotion, from that, I don't know, what kind of heart you have. You know what I mean? I mean, you have even spoken on your video shoot. They were people who have, lived that life in the past that were touched by, just the whole video and the shoot. So it's definitely going to inspire.
Yeah, definitely. If I could share without sharing names and going too in depth. One of the people that I had with me during the shoot, he it triggered him. He shared with me. First he was telling me, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay, it's okay. He's like, no, it's not okay. You don't understand. I used to pimp girls, and I stopped. But like being here right now, listening to your lyrics, seeing this right now, and seeing what just happened made me realize the position that I was in. I stopped doing it, but I never like really dealt with what I was doing. And he said he had such a deep regret in his heart, but he also explained why he was doing why he did what he did. I mean, we have to be honest. In our culture, pimping is cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a part of the hip hop, generation and a part of our community. The pimp is cool. The prostitute is a hoe. She's nothing. She's supposed to serve, the pimp, and that's it. That's the what's the word? The setting, the set, the trend. But that prostitutes your mama, your sister, your daughter, your niece, your granddaughter. If you want to go deeper, right? That
Right.
pimp is your son, your father, your uncle, your grandfather. These are family members. These are people. Like, let's remove the titles that we're giving, and let's remove the fashion, and let's think about how about if this is happening to you? Yeah, you might say, this will never happen to me. I would never be in that. I'm not that stupid, right? You weren't raped at the age of 4. Maybe you were.
Right.
Maybe you weren't the prostitute. Maybe you were the pimp. You were the aggressor. Something happened to put us in these positions. And we need to start speaking about the things that happen to us that make us act the way we act, and think that it's okay to act hardcore and put on this mask and never deal with the issues that we have dealt with in our household, whatever household, and whether it's your own family, foster care, wherever it is you were raised. Let's talk about those things so that we can mature and be better individuals and a community, because we can't continue to live like this. We're losing right now. There's a bigger force at play right now. And because we are not able to mature and deal with our own family issues, we can't deal with the issues that the world is pressing down on us. And us as women, they have put us in a lower level when we're the highest level. We bring life.
Right.
We create life. So if you have the leaders being looked down upon, they're taking our positions away. we can't lead our people on the right path because they're not hearing us out, because they're judging us, our own people. And they created, the system was created to keep us down. But, you know, that's going to, I declare today, and I've been declaring, and I will continue to declare, no matter who I am, I will teach you to love me, because I'm going to love you the way you are. I'm going to teach you what love is as I learn what love is. And we're going to grow together. And we're going to cry together. We might disagree together, but I'm not going to abandon you, and I pray you don't abandon me. Let's get this thing going. Let's elevate, you know. It's time.
Right. I'm so with you. You know,
Yes,
we're
ma'am.
kings and queens, you
Yes.
know, and people, they, you know, some people, they want to judge a book by the cover, you know, like, oh, she looks like that. Of course she did that. It doesn't matter what walk your life. I personally know people who have been, you know, supposedly rich and have, you know, entered into, you know, that way of life. It really doesn't matter. Just whatever, you know, like you said, situation can hit. It doesn't matter. So it's, you know, people have to stop placing so much judgment, like you say, you know, come together and speak about this. You know, don't be shy about this. Like, some people wouldn't even address this on their platforms. I don't care, because this is a very important, you know, issue. You know, like you said, as a woman, we're up there. We're bringing life.
Yes.
We're bringing life. We're giving life.
Yeah. Mothers. Yeah. We're Mother Earth. Without mothers, the earth wouldn't even exist. They call Mother Earth because earth gives birth to everything that is on here, you know, and we fall right under that, right under the earth, because we give birth, we create as well, you know, and men do too. I'm not, you know, and I'm not taking away from men. I'm saying, you know, our men are supposed to be our protectors.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be working together, not against each other. And we back? Okay. I seen it.
We back.
Slow down a little bit. All right. You know, just
we back.
You know, we just gotta elevate. We gotta do better. You know, it's time, and it's sad. It hurts my heart. You know, and it hasn't been an easy walk, but I thank God that I've been broken down enough, and that I'm humble enough to be honest, because the mission is so much greater than me. The music is great, art is great, but the mission is greater, and the mission is for us to become one, united. You know, walk in love. Like, there's so much more things we could be doing in life. We haven't even tapped into it because we're still stuck in this level right here, when we should be already higher than where we're at, you know? So it starts with conversation and being honest. You got to look at yourself in the mirror before you look at anyone else. Look at yourself. Look at the things you got to work on. Don't look at yourself in a bad way. It's okay to acknowledge and accept responsibility for your actions. You're supposed to be accountable. It's not okay to walk in guilt. It's not okay to be ashamed or let people shame you, because it's impossible to love yourself if you're walking in shame. That don't work. You know, shame should only come for a second to make you adjust and fix what you need to fix. And it's hard to change by yourself, especially when you don't have the experience to change. You need other people to teach you. Okay, that's not the way. That's not the right road. Let me give you some direction. Let me put you on the right path, and give you some tools. Not only tell me, but teach me. You know what I'm saying? Teach me, reach me, and then I learned. So now I'm gonna teach somebody else, and I can reach them. You know, and that's how it goes. Pay it forward. That's how change happens. Nothing is impossible. I know it. I believe for a moment in time that I was stuck. I thought, okay, I'm a prostitute. I lost my kids. I'm stuck in this lifestyle that I do not want to be in. I've been going through this since I was a little girl. Like, I've been getting touched, molested, raped, abused since I was a little girl. And every time I try to do good, something would happen and it would pull me right back into that lifestyle, domestic violence, addiction. You know, I was in school getting my degree. I got my degree, ended up getting pregnant. And now I got to stop what I'm doing. And I'm not saying that was bad. I love my kids. My kids are blessings. But it did make it harder for me because of the way things are set up to pursue my dreams. I had to put that on hold. I had to get a job, be responsible. Then I was dealing with domestic violence. Then I was dealing, you know what I'm saying? So it's just been a constant struggle, but it's made me stronger. It's made me stronger. It's made me want it even more. Because I want it more, I don't care about age. I don't care how old I am. Like, the passion is real. I don't care about the money because God always provides. Regardless of what I've been through, he's always provided. Even when I thought I was stuck and I tried to take my life, God spoke to me in an audible voice, like when I woke up in the hospital, because I cursed God out. I was so mad at him. And this was in 2015 or 16. When I tried to commit suicide, I ran in front of oncoming traffic. I was so mad at God. I was like, why did you do this? Why did you create me? I don't have my kids. I'm out here bad. I don't want to be here. This is not what I want to do. And I woke up in the hospital after I got hit by a car, and I heard God say, I love you. He said, Jeremiah 29:11 to me, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans of hope in the future. He said, you don't love yourself, but I'm going to teach you how to love yourself. And I just had a peace come over me, and I said, okay, God, I can't do this. I've been trying. I need you to help me. I believe you. I wanted to believe God. I wanted to live. I wanted better. I want better. It's not that I don't want better. I didn't want to give up, but I felt at that moment that I had nothing to live for, because my kids and my family, those are the most important things to me. And when I lost them, I really didn't want to be on this earth. I was very depressed. And then on top of that, the man that I loved was abusing me and using me, So, yeah, I was upset. I was enraged. I was just, everything negative, I was there. Coming out of that, looking back now, I can say that. Because I remember when I looked down on prostitutes. I remember when I was judging people, I got humbled. Mm-hmm. I walked their shoes. Yeah, that's me. I remember people looking at me and disgusted at me when I didn't have my teeth. When I didn't have these teeth that God blessed me with, I walked around for like 3 years without my 2 front teeth and just skinny and looking, not right.
Right.
People didn't look at me. They just looked past me or looked disgusted and, judged real quick. I remember that feeling. I could see a person's heart just by looking at their eyes. The eyes are the windows to your soul. So it humbled me, and it helped me to get the perspective that I needed for today. For being on this platform, I have to be a voice for my people in the community. And I've been through a lot of stuff, so I can speak about many things. I've been in professional rooms as well. I've spoken to officers, teaching them how they can help prostitutes instead of judging prostitutes. If you really want to make a difference in your community, it's your responsibility. We're paying you out of our tax dollars to protect us. How many times did I call the police and they didn't help me? How many times they seen me getting my ass whooped and they just, and my boyfriend at the time was telling them I'm drunk and I'm the one that's disorderly. And they were like, okay, take her home.
Oh my goodness.
That it was okay for him to smack me around and beat me up. And I couldn't even speak. I wasn't even allowed to speak.
Oh my gosh.
So it's so deep, the way that society treats prostitutes and drug addicts and homeless people. And that's not right. It's not fair. And we have to change that, That shouldn't even exist, really. But we're here, and that's the reality. So let's change things. That's what my music is here for. To change what's going on. Change the narrative to a better narrative. We should be speaking about businesses, how we can build businesses within our communities.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Helping one another. Because we're human beings.
Yes. Just think about your own child being out there, sleeping in the corner with a sign. Just for 1 second, think about that homeless person being your child, or your father, or your mother, or your sister, or your brother, somebody that you love dearly. Just imagine that, or imagine if you can imagine yourself being in that position. You have nothing, no one to help you. Just like you drive past that person, everybody else have been driving past that person for a long fucking time. Excuse my language. And they're alone. They really are. The only person they have is God, The only person they got is God, and they're still alive, so they got some type of hope. We're good.
Right. Right.
So just food for thought.
We're
Food
back.
for the soul.
Little internet issue, but we're here. We're good. We're good. We're good. Everybody has a story. They want to judge, but you just don't know the story, the life that person has, lived. You know what I mean? You just don't know what greatness can come out of it. Look at you. You're like a blossoming, flower, for lack of a better term. Everything that you have gone through, you could have been, just, completely given up. You know what I mean? But instead, you just kept fighting through it, which is admirable.
God's grace, mercy, and God's grace. I thank Him. Because I'm a tough cookie to deal with. Like, my family and everybody else that personally knows me have emotionally been traumatized through the things I've gone through. And I could be a hard person at times. I tried to make the changes that I'm aware of. I'm a work in progress. We all are. We're all a work in progress. But the pain is real, like, and it is what it is. But that's the cup that I've been given to drink out of, and whoever meets me gets a sip of it too. But there's a lot of love in that cup. There's a lot of growth in that cup. You will grow. I promise you will be a better person, because God has made me a better person. He makes me a better person every day. I'm grateful for it. Today, I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, I'm grateful for it too. The inspiration to others. I mean, even behind us, y'all, as you see, this is a beautiful, portrait that this woman did. It's it just represents a lot of strength to me. We got the honor of watching you actually paint it live as well.
Veil, yes, the woman under the veil. I painted her like 2 nights ago. You guys were on live. I just got inspired, so I just started. I couldn't really sleep. I was in pain, couldn't lay down, so I was like, all right, let me be productive. Let me get a painting going, because I need to make some money. That's what I make my money off of. I've been working for myself. My company is Sparrow's Inc. So it's my music and my paintings, and I go and do motivational speaking. I share my testimony and I perform. Everything that God has given me, I've turned it into. I'm my own brand. So I've been pushing. I gotta do it every day, and that's how I bring money into my house, pay my rent. I'm living off of what I do. We still here.
Beautiful things. People are tapping in. When did you discover that you had all of these talents?
So I started singing when I was like, I remember singing in front of the jukebox. And for those of you that are younger than me, I was born in the 80s, 1980 specifically.
Hey, yep.
And my grandmother had a TV in the dining room. I remember that TV had a plier on the channel changer with a hanger connected to the back to the nail screw in for the antenna to work. And they used to always have it on the jukebox. And I remember drinking my bottle. That's how I probably was one. Drinking my bottle and singing to Boy George, come on, comedian. And Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, like they would come on and I would be right in front of the TV singing and dancing, and my family would be around me like cheering me on. So that gave me some pride, that attention. That was some positive attention that I'm grateful for, and it motivated me to keep singing. What I really knew I could sing when I was in a foster home. I would always sing in a foster home. And this girl heard me singing, I believe the children are our future, of our future. And she just started crying. I was like, but I knew what she felt, because the first time I heard that song, they had picked me up from school, and I heard the song for the first time, and I silently cried, like, somebody believes in me. It really touched my heart. That was the first song that ever touched my heart. So I learned it, and then I sang it. I learned it, and I sang it. I was singing it on a rainy day on the porch, and I didn't know that she was standing there. She looked at me with tears in her eyes. She said, wow, you could sing. And she was like, can you sing for my friends? And she was a teenager, so a bunch of teenagers was sitting there. I was about 7 or 8.
Oh my goodness.
And I sang for them, and they were like, it was quiet when I was done, they were crying, they were clapping, they were like, wow. And I felt so good. I love that positive, I was grateful, you know. As far as like art, the first foster home that I went into, the social worker had bought me this thick ass like 1,000-page coloring book with a pack of crayons, and I was so traumatized when they took us out of my grandmother's house. I stood there coloring the whole time until every page was colored in that coloring book. Even though I was going through a lot of stuff in that foster home, the lady did buy me. She will always buy me coloring books and crayons, because she knew that was the only thing that kept me still in that back room. So I coloring every day, tracing every day, it got my muscle memories going. And it was practice. I didn't know it was practice, but it was staying in the lines and trying to get that picture perfect. I would see my mistakes, try on the next page, and I just got better and better.
Wow. And also poetry, as well. Like, let's not forget that aspect either, because you're a true poet. What you did, I have to get back to have mercy. What you did with that, it was just beautiful poetry. Wow. And I was like, because I remember when I first heard it before the video, when we first met, I was like, oh my God, she is doing lyricism and singing like that. That's phenomenal. How did you get into poetry?
I was getting in trouble a lot. She gave me a journal, and I started writing. I was writing a lot. And then my teacher had introduced me to poetry, like rhyming. It was really, an assignment, and I didn't know that I was good at it, but because I liked it to sing. But then when I started writing like my own songs, I was just writing like my grandmother had to give me notebooks, not journals, but notebooks. The notebooks had more pages in it, and I just started writing from there, just brainstorming. Because once they told me, when you write, you brainstorm. Brainstorm means you just write. You don't worry about everything being perfect. Just get it all out, throw up on the page, and then organize it. And so I started doing that about, age 11. I started getting into poetry.
Wow. It's amazing. We feel it. It's poetry that you actually feel. Like you're bringing back that art that it's like a lost art that I think we've been missing for a lot. It's just, it's organic, and then your voice is flawless.
Thank you. Thank you. A lot of pain behind it. A lot of emotions.
That's sometimes what makes the better voices, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, we hate to say it with the pain, but we truly feel it. It's a gift that you have. You're just you're just a vessel. Like, people are tapping in, saying that.
I thank God for it. That was really my therapy, and it still is. That's my therapy. That's like my refuge. I can go in and if I'm here by myself, I sing. Every time I sing, I really sing like I'm in God's presence and pouring my heart out to Him. So, that's, I grew up singing mainly in churches. So it was always a spiritual experience for me. Whenever I would open my voice and sing, it would really be like a cry to God. That's where the gospel comes in for the background. And I wouldn't even say gospel or whatever you want to call it, but it's just singing to me, crying out to God. Yeah, I was told, they told me one time, they said, I've heard it, the first time I heard it, I should say, when you are in the presence of God, and every time I'm in the presence of God, I never want to leave His presence. So that's why I'm always singing. They used to call me Songbird, because I love to be in the presence of God. There's just something that happens every time I'm there, and I try to stay there as much as possible,
Right. You're there. We feel it, and and that kind of leads into your name, Sparrow, Songbird for sure. What's the whole premise behind your name?
So His eyes on a sparrow. When I learned that song, I ran away from home when I was 14. I had learned to sing His Eyes on the Sparrow when I was 12, and my pastor used to be like almost every end of the service, Chovan, it's a Spanish church. Chovan,
Yes.
Chovan, can you come up here and sing? It was either His Eyes on the Sparrow or Joyful, Joyful Lord. And Lauryn Hill was an influence in my life. I love her. She always made me cry every time I heard her music. She would touch my heart, so I would try to imitate her music a lot. So when I left and I was in the streets, I was gangbanging. I grew up in Chicago. I'm originally from Chicago, and I would be in the streets with my girls and my brothers, and they knew I could sing, and they would be like, "Hey, loca," because that's my nickname in the streets in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you sing His Eyes on the Sparrow. You got a bunch of thugged out, high, tipsy people. I start singing, everybody crying. And all right, man, let's get back to Seguro. Let's get back to what we're doing. Break it up. But, everybody needs God in their life. And I thank God that His eye was on me and that He put me in. A sparrow could fly anywhere. A sparrow could be in any situation, seen or unseen, but she could be in that presence. So I thank God that He allowed me to be His little sparrow. But I got it from singing His Eyes on the Sparrow. That was where the name came from originally.
Wow. It's a perfect name. It also kind of represents freedom too, to me, just with everything you've dealt with. It's like you're literally free, living in your truth, so unchained.
Amen. I came to, there's different levels you evolve, and you look back like you don't understand why you went through this. You don't understand that. You don't even understand the name that you have been given until somebody says, "Hey, what's the meaning of your name? So when I got free, this was when I went into a recovery at the Chicago Dream Center. All right, I went every time it loops. I kind of pause, so excuse me. When I went into the Chicago, when I went into the Chicago Dream Center, they have a program there, New Life for Women. I wrote "I Am Free" there, and this was the first time that I went into the program because there was a freedom that I never knew. Like every time I was in God's presence, I felt love. That was something that I was looking for so badly. Love, love, love. And there's so many different levels to love. But I always felt like because whenever I would fall, that I wasn't free yet. I didn't have an understanding or the wisdom that I needed about you're going to fall, just get back up. Every time I fell, I'm like, well, they said there's freedom and, I should be free from all this. I shouldn't be in my mind, right? Ignorance.
Right.
I didn't know that. And then God said, hey, stop being so hard on yourself. I love you. You are free. You are learning. You're okay. It's okay. It's okay, Siobhan. Relax. Don't be so hard on yourself. You want love? You got to start loving yourself. That's where you will find freedom. And that means don't beat up on yourself. Don't be ashamed of who you are. So when I grasped that and I truly wanted that, and I had to practice it for a long time. And, I looked up like motivational speeches. I read a lot of positive books to help me grow and overcome the negative thoughts that constantly kept pulling me down. I wrote that song and because I felt it. Like, I am free. Hey, I might mess up right now, but I'm not going to stay in that moment. I've learned just to keep moving forward, so.
Right. And you are free. That's a beautiful video, which, we're going to play that one too. that want to be played. Well, another one that made me cry, of course.
That was my favorite too. That one right there is like, just a beautiful reminder. I feel like that song is like God's hand holding my hand through life.
Right.
He helped me fly.
Right. Definitely. It's got a lighthearted feel too, it's reminding me of me interacting with my daughters, when your daughter's talking about the TikTok dance. I was like, oh yes, reminds me of mine. And it's just, I just love that.
They play a big role in that freedom because they, children are so pure hearted and just so free. They taught my children have taught me how to be free, especially that I don't want them to pick up any negative training that I've been exposed to in my own mind. So I really work hard. Like, okay, I see you acting like me, that part of me that I don't like. This is not okay.
Right.
Get over it. I got to get over it first. I got to lead by example. Get over it. Don't be depressed. Don't have anxiety. If you feel anxiety, it's okay. That's part of your emotion, but don't stay there. Don't let it control you. You control it. So I got to lead by example. And they've helped me. They've showed me. They showed me how to do it, so I'm learning from them, actually. And then when I see them doing something, I learn, okay, they're acting like me. Let me correct myself. I'm not trying to have them do the same cycle that I, am trying to come out of.
Right. It's like with the things you've gone through, you're able to, definitely give them firsthand advice and guidance on everything. And from what I've seen, I mean, they're great. You got a bunch of great kids there.
All of them. David, I miss him. I haven't seen him in a couple years. Mm-hmm. He's with his father in Chicago, but I have 6 children and 2 grandchildren. My oldest is Jonathan. He's 25. He's married. I got Nestor. He's 21 actually. Then Kayla, well, he's 20. Then Kayla's 19. David is 18 or gonna be 18. And then I have Alexander. He's 14, gonna be 15. And then Samantha Curtis. She's my 11-year-old. Mini-me. And Kayla Santiago. Yeah. Kids. I be in the house. I call my kids every name but their name. Like, you don't know who your child is. Like, look, you know who I'm talking to. I'm looking at you. So stop playing with me.
Right. Whatever one of your names. Look, I have 2 and still do that with them. Well, because we have the S names. Like my oldest, she's 18. Her name is Samia. My youngest is 9. Her name is Samari. And then I'm Samantha. So sometimes I'm like, Maria, Mia, Sam, whatever one of y'all. Just, somebody come to me. It's hard.
Whoever, you know who I'm talking to.
Right. Like, oh, Mom, you messed up my name again. I'm like, look, I'm getting old, man. You know who I'm talking to.
They always give me with that. I'm like, look, this is nothing new. You know who I'm talking to. Come here.
Right.
God bless them.
Yes.
Yes.
Bless them indeed, and their talents as well. We were kind of talking about, their talents too, like behind the scenes as well.
Yeah. My kids, during that video shoot for Have Mercy, I mean, even for I Am Free, Samantha actually, she came out in the beginning and she actually helped shoot the video.
Really?
She was holding, she was. She's, this generation is, tech savvy. With the video and all that stuff. So she was very interested in that. She draws, she paints, she sings, she writes scripts. Wow. She says she want to be an actor. I said, okay, I'm going to give you your first debut is going to be in my video. And you keep doing what you're doing and God's going to open the door for you too. I told her, I'm going to do an album. God's going to help me get whatever you want in life. Write it down. And don't worry about how it's going to come. It's going to come. But keep working towards it, and it's going to happen. I told her that before we even got to this stage of manifestation. Faith is so powerful. But faith without works is dead.
Right.
So whatever I didn't have, I didn't worry about it. I gave it to God. And I wrote down, Lord, I know what I need. This is the amount that I need. And this is what I want to do with it. I wrote it down. I worked towards what I could work towards. And then little by little, as I was focusing on what I could do, the doors for the opportunities for the other things just rolled in at the right time. Did it happen fast? No, I planned. I would say, 2 years planning, 2 years writing, 2 years correcting, fixing the things that I needed to correct, getting stuff in order first. And then those other doors started opening for me. It's a process. It's a process. But if you do right, I promise you, you're going to accomplish your goals. Your dreams will manifest. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy. People might think because they're seeing the fruit of your labor that you got it like that.
Right.
I got it like that spiritually. Yes. Mentally, yes. Physically, yes. But I'm not rich and I don't care about being rich. My wealth, it comes internally. God always provides. I have everything that I need, and I'm gonna get it when I'm supposed to get it.
Right.
So, you know, I just tap into it. I follow the lead. Lord, lead me, guide me through the valleys and the shadows, you know, and the
That's right.
hilltops, you know. So God is good.
That's right. It makes you, it gives you appreciation when you know, when it comes too easy and everything, then you just don't have that appreciation for it. So you can at least, you know, be proud and say, hey, I worked hard for this. I worked hard for everything that I have, you know,
Definitely.
you know, and you're, like I said, your daughter, so you're kind of with them. Like I just relate so much to you with, you know, you have them participating in the things that you do. So that's going to even give them more confidence. Like, hey, I can do anything I want. Like your encouragement, it, you know, it means a lot to these kids, and they're always going to remember that. Like, you know what, my mother encouraged me. She kept me going, because not all of us had that. I didn't have that growing up. So I wanted to give that to mine, as you're giving, you know, that encouragement to yours.
Definitely. I so desired that growing up, and I got it from, you know, and I don't say this to knock my family in no way, because my family did the best they could do. You know, they gave me what they could give me, but there was a lot of things that I did lack, and I'm not gonna throw that under the rug either.
Right.
So I learned, you know, from the hunger and the desire of wanting that love and wanting to be appreciated and be encouraged. All those things that we do need, those are nourishment for us to become healthy individuals. I understood that. I would never put my kids to that, at least not purposely, you know. And I'm not saying that they have, but I'm just going to speak for myself. I love to love my kids. I love to encourage them. They're the best. They're a manifestation of me. They're going to do things that I'm doing right now, you know. So it's my duty to pour into them and give them the best tools that they need to be successful. You know, that's the legacy that I'm going to leave with them. You know, so all my kids are artistic. All of them sing. All of them draw. All of them know how to do things. I have many hats. If I don't know how to fix something, I will learn how to fix it. I will read on it, Google it, whatever needs to be done, you know, to get it done. My kids, I cut their hair. You know, I know how to sew. I'll make you whatever you need done, you know, and we'll do it together. I won't only do it. We're gonna do it together, so you can learn the skill. I can either give you a cookie, or you can learn how to make a cookie. You're gonna learn how to make the cookie. So you can do yourself. I can't just give you the cookie. I gotta teach you how to make the cookie too, you know, because that's gonna benefit you. So.
Right. It's all these life, you know, these life tools and lessons, and hey, like it's a benefit. It's passing it on to future generations. You know, they're going to pass it on to their kids, and so on and so forth, because we all have, you know, our little bit of time here. So while we're here, let's utilize that time for, you know, our purpose.
It's but a breath, so breathe in easy, nice and slow.
Yes. Yes.
Shoot, you look back and you're like, dang. Where did time go? When you're young, you're like, I can't wait to grow up. When you get older, like, damn, I wish I was a kid. You know, because it goes by so fast. And then you see your kids from this to this, like, oh, slow down. Don't grow no more. Wait a little bit, you know.
Right. Yeah, time doesn't wait though. So it's like we just got to be on the ball, you know, and we're getting older in age, you know. We don't look it, you know, we still look young. Hey, I gotta love that. But I know internally I'm feeling it.
Me too. Especially now with these fractured ribs, like, it hurts, you know. I got so many injuries to my body, but I'm not gonna complain because I still function good. I still keep it moving. You know, I understand that mind over matter, great thing. You know, so I'm not gonna let it take me. I'm gonna just keep moving. Try to keep what I got intact.
Right. we gonna keep it going, you know.
Yes, ma'am. I did want to say, what is the song? Number 4 on my song. I made it, or actually number 3. Do you have my album in front of you?
Yep, that's certain. Yep. Let me turn turn this phone on right here. I had it off because I was doing anything to maintain, some kind of good connection going on up in here. I was listening to it today, matter of fact. Which everybody, by the way, it is a non-skip album, everybody. All 7 tracks are dope. You're not going to skip over any of them. You're going to play it straight through.
Yes.
Perfect order too. I like the order that you did it as well.
Yeah, I planned everything out purposely. So I started, I Am Free, Have Mercy on Me. Look, I forgot all the titles to my songs.
You said number 4, you said?
3. No, what's number 3?
Oh, number 3 is Revolution.
Okay, Revolution, and then it is number 4.
And then number 4 is Better Days.
Yeah, so Better Days. Better Days. I wrote that song with my son, my second oldest, Nestor. They call him True Blue. He's also an artist, and his best friend, he's also my son, but not biologically, right. Devin, and they call him Six. We wrote that song during the Breonna Taylor and just all the killings with the police and just that time, because it was so sad, stressful, angry. Like, we were out there protesting as well, but we were doing it peacefully. There was so many questions, so many feelings that needed to be expressed. And I was like, we're going to do this song and you're going to have an opportunity to share your heart in that song, Better Days. So they did it. And that's the first time that we ever did recording together. Now they have their own studios on their laptops that they record, but it was just such an honor to work with them because we did that song like within 20 minutes. Wow. Everybody did their parts, and then we re-recorded it in the studio when it was time to do the album. But not this house, but on my equipment, and they poured their heart into that. So y'all should check it out. Better Days.
Yes, y'all gotta check the whole album out. As a matter of fact, just while I'm here on the album, I'll forget it. We're just gonna talk about each one here. So what about like Revolution?
So Revolution is talking about us uniting as people. It was talking about the protesting as we were here in Jacksonville, Florida. We went downtown, and as soon as we got to the location, we got bombarded with the pepper spray, and police brutality on one side. We have the people rioting on another side, and so the song is talking about it's time for change, time for revolution. The system that we have that's been set in place is coming down. It needs to come down. It needs to be changed, and we're the only ones that can make that happen. And we have to unite, and we have to unite together with the task force as well. And I know that's a difficult thing. I ain't gonna lie. Like I stand with my community 1,000%. But because you're supposed to serve our community, and I also understand that I have some family members that are officers as well. We have to be able to have a conversation. We can't be aggressive with each other. We're not gonna get anywhere. I'm yelling my point of view, and you're yelling your point of view, and we're not gonna never meet right here to really bring the solution that we need in our community. Like, we really need to sit down, and I'm going to tell you why what you're doing is not working, and then you could share with me why what we're doing is not working, and we should be able to come to common ground and work together because we're supposed to be together. Right. We're paying your tax bills too, and you're scared of us. That's a problem. Right. You know what I'm saying? So Revolution is talking about just, let's come together and let's work together. Let's change the things that need to be changed that are not working in the community, that are not working for us. Whatever's working, leave it. If it ain't broken, if it's fixed, leave that alone. But there's a lot of brokenness going on that we need to fix and address and be heard, in a real. I'm not just talking. Right. I'm saying let's do this. Let's do the work. Let's get our hands dirty, work together, whatever needs to be done. Don't worry about the time, but let's start working towards resolving these issues. This world is getting jacked up by the day.
It is.
And we have to start reversing this because, our children are not going to even make it to live. I remember when I could go outside, even though I grew up in Chicago, I could go outside, and if I did something wrong, my neighbors blocks down knew my grandmother.
Right.
I would get, hey, Siobhan, or Jenny's granddaughter, ain't you, her granddaughter, ain't this your mom, ain't this, your pops? You better take your butt home. I'm calling your, your family right now. And I used to jet back to the house.
Yep.
I used to be spray painting on garages. People come out. Why are you spray painting my garage? I'm telling your grandmother.
Yep.
Grandma get a call. I gotta walk over there with paint and go paint over what I did, and the neighbor comes out and say, why you don't draw on paper? Why you don't set up something to do it? Why you do it like this? You know what I'm saying? Don't mess up the community. But they had a conversation with me.
Right.
It wasn't like they weren't afraid of me. They let me know, I know who you are. That's one of the big problems is our community don't even know they're other people's kids anymore. They're scared to look out their windows. It's a whole different state. We're in a whole different state right now. And it's sad. Old people can't even walk outside. They get shot up. They get robbed. Kids can't play outside. They're getting shot up. Moms can't even take their kids to the car because their cars are getting shot up.
Right.
This is a sad state. Our people have to step up. We have to be the leaders. We can't depend on nobody else but ourselves. We got to lead by example,
Right. You're absolutely right.
It's just going to keep getting worse and worse, How do we bring change? How do we bring a solution? So my solution, from where I'm at is I get involved. Like I am very approachable. I'm approachable. So I'll have a conversation with a young man that I know is going through something. I could see. I like to look in people's eyes. I could read you. How you doing, brother? What you got going on? You want to talk? Do you need something? Do you need some resources? I don't have that information. Let me get your number. It's my number. I'll go and look. I know the person that needs this, that, and I'll pass the information on. What my goal is with my album, I want to get a property, a farm, just like the Chicago Dream Center in Chicago. Their property that I went to is actually out of the city for reasons of safety for the people that they rescue.
Yes.
I want to build a home for women and children. I have a partner. He has his own program for men. Just have a place, a resource, but a home, a safe haven where you can learn how to go back to the basics, learn how to plant your food, so it could be self-sufficient as possible. Get counseling, get education, all the things that you need. This place is gonna have it, and a place to lay your head in, a place to shower, a place to learn, a place to grow, a place to heal, and then you're also gonna leave with the responsibility to go back into the community and serve in some form, way, or fashion, whatever it is that your heart is unsure. You know how to start businesses. Your job is to, go out there and get your own. And I would like it to be where I'm able to give them a starter packet, when they go out, where they can at least start working on their business, even if it's just to get their license or whatever it is. If it's cleaning, if you like doing janitorial or cleaning services, okay, well, people with records have a difficult time getting employment. So your area would be to help get employment for them. You know what I'm saying? Children that have been abused and molested. Okay, let's get group homes. Let's get safe homes. Not just the government foster care because they just throw you in there like animals. Let's get a real safe place with what we know will keep them safe. So that's just like real solutions for the problem. And have the tools that we need. That's my goal. And that's why I need everyone that's listening to participate. Because if I get my fundings from the government, they're gonna put me in a box, like what I can do, what I can't do. And that's why I started my LLC. I'm getting a lot of people telling me, well, you need to get your nonprofit or whatever license. But I really don't want to go that route because I want to continue to be free, a free, independent person that works in the neighborhood. Not only me, I need other leaders to come alongside let's do this together. It's difficult. I can't do this by
Yes.
myself.
No.
I got the vision. I just need other leaders to come by and let's make this happen, you know?
I
But
agree.
the proceeds for my album will go towards helping, you know, sex trafficking, domestic violence, child abuse victims.
Right. Right. And we listed Bandcamp because I know that was like one of the bigger ones where you get more of a profit from. Of course, purchase it from everywhere, but that's a big one, you know. This is very important, people.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Sparrow's Nest, Siobhan, you go to Bandcamp and type in the my album and it'll come up. The whole album is $7.99. If you can't do
Yep.
$7.99, you can purchase it individually. It's 99 cents.
Right. Right. Well, I put it this way: if people can buy a couple little cups of that Starbucks coffee, they can come and purchase the album. I mean, I'm just saying straight up. Let's think
Facts.
about it because,
Facts.
you know, Starbucks. Hey, I'm not worried about it. I can say it. You know, they're not sponsoring me or everything. They're not helping like a cause that's going on right now. This here is actually helping the cause. That's very important. So, look at it that way. You know what I mean? Seriously. This stuff,
Definitely.
you know, we gotta start from somewhere. Like you said, we can't just talk about it, you know, we gotta be about it. You know, like people, you might not be in the same area that Miss Sparrow is at, but start off with album purchases and even in your own communities, you know, start trying to do these things. You know, like you said, you cannot do it alone. We have to come together and do this, man. We're kings and queens. Let's just act
Yes.
accordingly and do it.
And we're here to teach you. You know, we have to lead by example as well. I know it's not easy. I've been in that place too. So we have to have some sympathy and understanding for everybody's level. Everybody's not there. Some people still drinking milk. Some people eating vegetables, fruit. Some
Hmm.
people eating meat. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta understand where everybody's at, meet them where they're at, and try to win them over with love, because love conquers all. Love conquers all. Love is patient. Love is kind. You know, all that good stuff. It listens. It never
Yes.
judges. You know, so tones of justice. I see you, Mama.
Hmm. I know there's
Um,
big things with that too.
yes, yes, yes. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I know God is good, and you know, I just take it a day at a time. Don't get overwhelmed about the work that needs to be done. I trust God in all things, in all circumstances. You know, if it's raining, it's raining. The rain is good. It helps the ground grow, and that just when you're going through pain, it helps you grow. So embrace it. Learn to love yourself through it all. Be kind to yourself. Follow your dreams. If you need any help, anyone going through domestic violence or um, you know, child abuse or anything like that, hit me up, inbox me. I'll get you information because every location is different. But if you need
Right.
anything and if I could provide it for you, even if it's just information, I got you.
Right. People, like I said, people need that somebody that cares. You know, that's sometimes only step
That's
they
all they
need.
need.
Like,
Yeah,
wow, you
facts.
know, like somebody actually cared. You know, gave a damn to talk to me and then let me just find my freedom,
Yeah.
man. You know.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
Amen. Like,
Yeah.
trying to fix my hair here.
I know. Look, even through the internet trying to wild out on us, we still on here. I'm sorry, you can't stop us that quick, yeah.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
You know, you sure can't. You sure cannot. And I do have to ask just because with everything you've gone through and then incorporating, the music, which we know independent, being an independent artist, that's a grind in itself. What advice would you give to, people that are wanting to, tap into music?
Um, First and foremost, utilize your time. If you don't have the resources financially to like record yourself, there's free apps. There's so many things available for you. Before I made my album, I actually went on to what is it called? I gotta look it up because I'm old and my brain don't hold too much information like it used to.
Oh, you can.
There's an app that I downloaded. It was free, and I'll just BandLab. I went on BandLab, and you could record your music there. I used to go to YouTube, get a converter, MP3 converter,
Mhm.
find whatever instrumental, because I couldn't afford, I didn't have my own computer at that time. And I
Right.
just found instrumentals, wrote to it, and had my whole album pre-made on BandLab already. And that I was envisioning, I was like, all right, these are all the songs, whatever songs I would write, leave them there. It was like my library. I keep working on your dreams. Keep working on your dreams. Don't let nothing stop you. You got a piece of pencil and paper, write it down, draw it out, map it out, map out your dream. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let go of it. Whatever you're going through in life, if it's taking time, then understand that time is like seasons. There's a time to grow, there's a time to die. It's going to rain, it's going to snow. And these are all necessary cycles. And you learn in each cycle. So be patient. Be patient. Don't try to follow other people because everybody's different. Just be you, and love yourself and learn. Be around people that you're trying to be like, but don't try to copy them too much. I don't want to sound like an oxymoron, but learn what you need to learn, but be you. Be you. Be okay with who you are. And it's okay if you make mistakes. That's a part of life. It's okay. I had to learn that, keep doing what you're doing, pursuing your dreams. And I promise you, invest in yourself when you do have money. Don't delay your time. Because I had money before, but I didn't invest it. I could have, but my mind wasn't there. Right. So if you could get into the mind frame where if you invest now, you can get a lot further later. Invest in yourself and you will see so much fruit in your life. That's all I can say. But first and foremost, I would say put God first. Put God first and look at God unconditionally because that's how he looks at us. Like, don't look at him religiously. You can talk to him just like you talk to me because I talk to God like this all the time.
Right.
And he has been so good to me. So good. So faithful. So kind. So gentle. That's where I've learned my characteristics. I've learned it from him. And I think it's because I deeply desired that I was able to tap into it and understand it because I wanted it. But I didn't know it. But I had a hunger for it. And then once he fed me it, I ate it all up. You know what I'm saying? Just be the best you can be.
Yes. Wow. It's beautiful advice and it's true. It's definitely true. And then, also gathering a support system, which since you're gathering a support system, there's so many of us on here that we love you. We want to be there with any way we can. I mean, all these comments are just going bananas.
I love you. I love you too, man. I'm so grateful. I've been saying it like, God, thank you. Because I sure have been like, although I say, don't do it. Don't be like this. I try not to entertain the thoughts, but the thoughts do come in my mind where like, oh, I don't know how to do this. I'm not good at this area, and I don't have this part, Lord, but I give it to him. Like I acknowledge it. I don't ignore this is what I need here. And sure enough, people beautiful like you and I seen and other sisters, Erica. There's a lot of people that support and love me. And so that's why I trust God. Because everything that I've asked him for, he has given it to me. And he's given it to me. And will continue to. And he'll do the same thing we're his children. We're all God's children. So he wants to give us what we need. We just gotta sit down and ask and wait and be patient. But know that you got it. Know that. It's gonna come. Just be patient. It's gonna come.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna come sometime quicker than you want it. But hey, when it comes, you better get on that train and ride.
Yes.
It's just it's a beautiful journey with everything that we go through. I think some things that we've all dealt with in life, it just makes us the people who we are today.
Amen.
And we just love it. Wow. This right here, see, this is what I'm talking about. This here, just a phenomenal conversation. That's why I don't never like to call them interviews. It's just a wonderful conversation. Bringing shedding light. And just you're such a beautiful person. We just love you.
I love you guys too. I've seen like all these comments. I kind of feel like maybe we should look at some of these and see if anybody had any questions or comments.
Yeah. You're getting a whole lot of, people are telling you how phenomenal you are. We got Big Sleep in the building. He's always,
What's up, Rich?
supporting.
I love Rich. Rich always, man, thank you. Thank you I just want to thank everybody on here for sharing and for your support. That means so much to me. I really appreciate it. It really feeds my heart, to see when you guys are sharing my music and stuff like that. And then commenting, that it touched you, that it touches me, I try not to get choked up. I can't even look at you, Samantha, because you make me cry. You make me cry, but I get it. I get it because that's how I feel, And so I understand that my cup is being poured into other people's cups, and it's just an honor. I'm grateful to be God's vessel. And I just thank you. I pray you continue to be a part of my journey. Watch me grow. We're going to all grow together. So much love.
Definitely. We're definitely always going to be on your journey because it's just a phenomenal one. We got Pen Game Classic, Meeks Joel, and he respects your story as well.
Yeah, I see Meeks all the time. Much love to you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you, love.
And that's why I said before, it's not just for the women, it's for the men too, for us all just to come together and support.
Definitely.
That's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. And, we definitely, before we go, we're going to share that I am free. We always do a closeout, I felt that, we had to have mercy because that really, kind of got us into the whole premise of, story we wanted to bring out. But, now you're free, you're flying. So that's definitely a beautiful. It feels good.
Yeah, it feels good. I pray that you guys all will be able to tap into that freedom. I know it's a journey, but it's a beautiful journey, and it's scary when you're flying because at any moment, a storm could roll in, you could fall, but have faith. Have faith in yourself. If you have faith, you ain't gonna fall too far. You just gotta learn how to maneuver.
Definitely.
Just adapt and maneuver. Move, swerve, lift the wings, fly them a little harder. Gotta go a little harder. But just keep moving forward, and rest when you need to rest, because it's not always about moving around. Sometimes you got to be still and know that God is God. I had to do that a lot of times. As a matter of fact, I'm in that season right now. I just released my album. I got in this car wreck. I had to sit again and be still. And when I tell you that everything was looking like I was here and then it came here, I was like, whoa, what's going on? What did I do? What's going on? And, be still and know that I am God. I'm going to bring you some things, and I need you to do this. This is what I need you to do, not what you want to do. I got some things. My thinking is here. God's thinking is way up here. His plan is better than mine. So I just got to sit down and be still and keep following him. Don't get lost. We get sidetracked. That's part of life, but keep your ears in tune with God because he ain't never going to mislead you.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. People like tapping in. This is some true, words are being spoken, which I love that everyone's tapping into this. What's any shout outs do you want to give? I know there's got to be a few. After we get through the delay, of course, on the lovely internet, everybody.
and we're back.
Right. And we're back. I don't know if you heard, I was just saying, is there any, shout outs that you want to, give as well?
Yes, I want to say hi to my family, my friends, my daughters. There's too many names. I don't want to go through everybody's name, but I love you guys so much. I'm grateful and want to give a shout out to Chicago Dream Center. Hope is Restored, which is a nonprofit organization here in Jacksonville, Florida, that serves women and children being trafficked. I want to give a shout out to you. Thank you so much, Samantha. I love you. May the Lord continue to use you as a vessel as well. Nasim, love you. Can't wait to be on your show. I know I missed out. I was in a wreck last week, but we're gonna catch up on that and bring blessings to your audience as well. So Thank you. Much love.
It's all love. You know, the pleasure, I can speak for all of us, that the pleasure is all ours, you know.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, this was just truly an honor having you on here for you to, share your story, without any shame, because you should not have any shame. You know, if anything, it's powerful, and you inspired a whole lot of other people, and like I said, this is not only live here. We got you on the YouTube. We got you on the Twitch right now live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then after this is all said and done, I'm also going to get you on the IG. So just anything just to spread your story and just have people see that's what means a lot to me. Your story is so important. Everybody's stories comes on here is important. So it's the least I could do.
Yes, ma'am. And I will say this, stay humble, because the mission is greater than the gift. And I always say that. I'm grateful for what God has put in me, and I'm grateful just to be a part of his story, a part of, life. It's all of us, it's not just one person. But it does start with one person making that first step. You got to have courage. So I'm just grateful. Stay humble and make sure you put God first, because you can't go wrong with God,
Can't go wrong. Humbleness is always the great thing to be. It's the key. It makes you a better person, staying humble, never forgetting where you came from either.
Definitely. That's the whole reason, the whole purpose.
Definitely a whole purpose. This seriously, this why when you guys see this, thing about her story told, this right here, this represents it, it's a representation of her story told. So
and your story told as well, my sister.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Many stories are being told. Oh, Nazim, we love you. You're a true queen as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. See, it's all about people coming together. As queens coming together, like I always say, we don't have any competition. If anything, we're working together for just a greater cause.
Yes. We got to pull each other up, and save our children. It's so much. It's greater than us. We have the power, but it's not even about us. It's about our children.
Right.
So it's important that we work together. We're stronger together.
I agree. Definitely agree 100%, Yeah. So this has been, again, wonderful episode of Let's Get Activated podcast. I love you so much, Sparrow. And we're definitely going to, let them, watch this I Am Free video as well to close it out. Is there anything you want to say about I Am Free before we play it?
I just want to thank the production team that recorded. Christopher Harris, he recorded the song. Nova did the production, and I got the name of the studio. So I'm just gonna say thank you.
Right.
But, I hope it blesses you. I love this song. It's a true blessing for me still, and may you be free. Find your freedom.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Definitely find your freedom. I also want to thank everybody, for tapping in as well. Without further ado, we're going to put on I Am Free for you all.
Hey, Mom. Here's good. Do I see this new TikTok dance I learned? Yeah. It goes. Okay, baby girl, you got that down pat. Good job. Love you. Love you too. I gotta go. Okay. I'll be back, okay? All right.
I remember when life used to get me down. Stress so heavy I could hardly hold a smile. And when the winds and the waves would crash over me, I was drowned. I was drowned. It seemed like all hope had faded away. The dark clouds engulf me, I can no longer see. That's when I cried out to you, and then you rescued me. Now I am free. I am free. Free to fly, free to soar. I am free, free to love, free to overcome the enemy. I am free, 'cause you calm the raging sea, revealing truth to me. Oh yes, just when I thought it was over, you called me by name, you helped me to change. Your light shines bright in me, and I am free. I am free, free to fly, free to soar. I am free, free to love, free to overcome the enemy. I am free. Oh, I am free. Free. I am free. I am free. I am free. Ooh, I am free. I am free. Free. Free to fly, free to soar. I am free, free to love, free to overcome the enemy. I am free.
I am free.